actually taller than most fourth graders, but I am an adult. I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. No applause? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when I tell most people that I have 4 kids, they're like, oh my God, 4 kids? How do you do it? You must be super mom. And I'm like, Jesus, way to set the bar high. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't think my kids suck. They're pretty okay. But I do love kids. I think kindergarten, like 5 years old, is my favorite age. And it's not because I'm so much taller than them. Although I do tower over those suckers. Pretty awesome. But no, I love it because they're so brutally honest. You know, like, they'll just say anything. They have no filter. If you want to know if you have good fashion sense, ask a 5-year-old. What do you think of my new dress, honey? Ooh, I love it. You look like a Oompa Loompa. I used to love volunteering at my kids' schools, their elementary school, when they were little. But little kids, they get really confused because of my height. They're like, are you a mom? Are you a kid? Are you a kid, Mom? What are you? And I just feel like you should always treat children with the same kind of honesty, right? Well, actually, I'm one of Santa's elves. And I am watching you very closely. If you're going to be spending a lot of time around 5-year-olds, you really got to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it in order, because they will call you out on anything. God forbid that you're like, maybe you've just started going through menopause and you haven't quite got this whole chin hair situation under control. Some little 5-year-old walks, right next to you, takes a look up at that chicken neck, and is like, why do you have chin hair if you're a lady? Again, I feel like you should just treat this with honesty, right? Yeah, well, you're going to have back hair one day, Kevin. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, I feel like children are who we would all have become if we had never grown up. Unrepentant sociopaths. And as a parent, you do everything that you can to try to make sure that your children don't grow up into being sociopaths, but it turns out it's really hard. When one of my sons was 5, I was trying to teach him how to buckle his seatbelt all by himself. And if you're a parent, you know what kind of drama this is, right? Like, it's like negotiating with a hostile terrorist. Except instead of being afraid that they're going to throw bombs at you, you're afraid that they're going to revenge poop in their brand new SpongeBob underwear. And they're going to make you clean it up, right? So my 5-year-old, he wasn't very good at showing emotion. He was like the Vin Diesel of 5-year-olds. Like, he was afraid that somehow, showing emotion would ruin his personal brand or something. It was a little freaky. I was a little worried he was going to become a serial killer or something. So I was always trying to work with him on his emotions. And so I'm trying to teach him how to buckle in his seatbelt, and I'm pretty sure he's getting frustrated. His little face is getting all red. So I say, oh, honey, you look frustrated. And he says, I'm not frustrated. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to work this kid. Like, does this kid even know what emotions are? Like, can you tell them apart? I don't even know. So I'm like, okay, well, is this how you feel? He says, no, that's happy. Okay. Is this how you feel? He says, no, that's sad. Okay. So I try to do my best frustrated face, right? Is this how you feel? No, that's gas. So when my daughter was 5 years old, and full disclosure, my daughter is here with us tonight. Thank you. Also, I'm sorry, Ellie. When my daughter was 5 years old, we were trying to teach her how to swim. And it wasn't working because she refused to put her head under the water. And we had tried like everything that we could think of. Nothing was working, so we finally decided to break down and get her some swim lessons, right? It was like 2 weeks, every single day, an hour a day. So at the end of the 2 weeks, I go to pick her up, and she's like, Mommy, I know how to swim. And I'm like, oh, that's great, sweetheart. Would you like to show me? And she's like, sure. She jumps in the pool. And she starts swimming, but really she's doggy paddling, right? So her arms are flailing and her legs are going, and she's doing everything she can to keep her head above the water. And I'm like, honey, that's great, but that's not swimming. Can you put your head under the water? And she's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that, no. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I just spent like $300 on these swim lessons. So as a parent, I am not above bribery. Okay, in fact, I think it should be used as liberally as possible. So I say, honey, if you will put your head all the way under the water, I will buy you a whole bag of M&Ms. And she says, oh, what are M&Ms? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? My kid doesn't know what M&Ms are. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as health nut parents go, I'm probably pretty high, but somewhere along the line, I'd accidentally taken it like all the way past Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I loved M&Ms as a child, right? So when I was 5 years old, my mother worked for a charter bus company that used to take senior citizens on vacation tours across the Midwest. I know, dream job, right? Yeah. It was the 80s, and the greatest generation really knew how to party. So she comes home one time with this little Louisville Slugger baseball bat, right? Little wooden miniature baseball bat. Not because as a 5-year-old I really loved baseball, but because she knew that I would love to use it to meticulously crush my M&Ms so that the outer candy shell crackled, and I would peel away each individual piece and eat them. And then I would take the little chocolate center and I would put it on my tongue, and I would let it just melt. I mean, it wasn't like eating M&Ms, it was like a religious experience, And I know you guys all did the exact same thing. So I'm not exactly sure, how this happened, but my daughter doesn't know about M&Ms at 5 years old. So if depriving your child to the basic right of M&Ms is what Supermom is, then I guess I'm Supermom. Take that, Gwyneth. So I tell my daughter, I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll bake you a cake if you will put your head under the water. And boop, she goes straight down to the bottom of the pool. Of course, as soon as she jumps back up, she says, I don't have to share it with the brothers, right? I get to eat the whole thing. Unrepentant sociopath. What's not to love?
Hi, my name is Ellie, and I'm in 7th grade, and I love Dolly Parton. In 4th grade, my 4th grade teacher gave us choices of people to do biographies on. And there was one that caught my eye. It was a lady with big, blonde, curly hair, and she was really pretty. And when I came home to tell my mom that her name was Dolly Parton, she told me that she was an amazing country singer and that she was an amazing person in general. Now, I don't like country music. It's not really my thing, but when I listen to her music, I made an exception for her. And during my biography, I learned a whole ton about her. How she grew up poor, and she had many siblings, and she dreamed of being a star from a very young age. Now, as she got older, people disliked the way she presented her body, and she got sexually harassed, but she pushed through. She worked hard, and her dreams came true, and she became a really good, amazing star. After I presented my biography, I sent her a letter, but she hasn't responded yet.
Aww.
A year later, in 5th grade, Halloween was coming up, so I decided, why not be Dolly Parton for Halloween? I wore a long blonde wig and overalls to look country western. And when I went trick-or-treating with my friend, they easily guessed her costume as Maleficent, When they guess my costume, they guess hippie. When I assured them that I was actually Dolly Parton, they told me I was missing something, maybe right here. About a month later, I sent her a new letter. She hasn't responded for that one either.
Aw.
And a few months after that, my mom surprised me with 2 tickets to see Dolly Parton live at the Frank Irwin Center. My mom brought binoculars because where we were sitting in the nosebleed seats, she was just a glittery blur. Now, at one point in the middle of the show, a guy shouted out, "I love you, Dolly!" And she shouted out, "I thought I told you to stay in the truck." Not only is she a great singer, she's also an amazing comedian. Every year, a group of people host a birthday party for Dolly Parton as a fundraiser. And I was in 6th grade, and there were a ton of drag queens around dressed as Dolly Parton. And when I went to watch the show, one of them opened up their shirt, and that was an interesting experience. I'm in 7th grade now, and I've met so many people that have met her too, and maybe I'll meet her too. I'll tell her that she inspires me to express myself and be true to myself and respect others, and maybe when I meet her, she'll tell me my favorite quote of hers. Magic is inside you. There ain't no crystal ball.
What's up, y'all? I'm Faith, and I'm actually born and raised here in Austin, Texas. Right? Yeah. Most people just are like, "Oh, you're a unicorn." I didn't expect those. But yeah, so I'm from Texas, and I don't know about everywhere else, but in Austin and in Texas, they like force you to learn Spanish, or they put you in Spanish class from the time you're in like preschool to all the way you're up in high school, right? I don't know if they do that anywhere else, but at some point along the line, I decided that I did not want to do that. Like in middle school, my friend and we decided that we wanted to be record producers and go to France. So I don't know how that correlated, like how France and music like went together. I don't know if like that like makes sense now even, but it made sense when I was in middle school, right? So when I was in middle school, I decided I'm gonna learn French. Like I don't need Spanish, I'm gonna learn French. I didn't get that opportunity till I went to college. So in college, I studied French for 4 years, and it was great. But I never left Texas, and so I haven't used French. But the one time I did, it was right after college, and I met this girl named Brenda. She was French. She was a French girl. And we worked at a restaurant together. I was a server, she just worked back of house, and well, as soon as I saw her, I like fell for her, right? But a group of us who all worked together, after work we used to go out and drink and dance and play cards, do everything we could at those after hour bars till 4 a.m. And it was just fun, it was a hoot. But Brenda was only supposed to be here in Texas for a few months because she was moving to California to do some artwork or something. Anyway, so I didn't want to fall in love with someone who was going to leave. So I just ignored my crush, let it be, and just kind of ignored it, forgot about it. But 2 months after we met and started working together, and about 3 months before she was gonna leave, we went out again. We were just out dancing, having a ball. Everybody was having a good time. I don't know what it was about this night, but we were having so much fun. But Brenda was in this bad mood, right? She was just sulking, and like everyone's like, "What is wrong with Brenda today? what is going on with her? And I didn't know. I didn't want to bother her too much. I just saw her up there on the railing, like looking all sad. I just left it alone. We all just left it alone. But as I'm dancing, just doing my thing, I feel a presence behind me all of a sudden. And I honestly thought it was some dude because guys are pretty creepy sometimes. But it wasn't a guy, thank God. It was Brenda. And she was just standing there with this like puppy dog face and like these eyes and just looking at me all sad. And I'm not very tall, but like she was looking up at me and and I was just like, what's up? She goes, I'm in love with you. Like, what? Here I am trying to ignore my crush, and this girl falls in love with me. Well, I didn't even have to do anything to her. I was just there. So she tells me she's in love with me, and then all of a sudden, we like fall into this kiss. It's this like amazing kiss. The lights are flashing, the music is throbbing, amongst other things, and we melt all into it, and our friends just start cackling, pointing at us, picking at us, like people do every time they see people make it out. So we just left. We got to the car, right, and we started steaming up the windows. Like, I thought that this was something that didn't actually happen. I thought it was just a movie scene. This all kind of sounds like a movie scene, right? But it actually happened. We steamed up those windows, and we were in the car for a few hours, and then we went to my place, and then we were there for a few days, y'all already heard about the U-hauling that happened. The next few months, we were inseparable, right? And it was amazing. Like, when we were alone together, we just spoke nothing but French. And it was like a break for her, because she's speaking English all the time. But it was like really practice for me because I never got to use my French that I learned in college. And it really worked. Like, after a few months fully immersed in that, like, I could actually speak French. I was like geeking. And but we spent Christmas together that year. And so it's like, I remember her calling her mom, and she's like, her mom's so excited, which is like new. Like, a lot of parents don't get happy about it. But she's like, I want to talk to your American girlfriend. So she puts her mom on the phone, and her mom's speaking so fast, and I can barely understand it. And like, at that point, I realized how slow Brenda had been talking to me. Like, she's been so generous and kind, and I don't know, in that moment, I fell in love with her. Like, I'd never had that experience before. So, 3 months or later, it was Christmas, so it was like a month later or so, and it was time for Brenda to leave. She was going off to California, and as I was driving to the airport, I was hiding all my tears, trying to be cool, and she tells me, she's like, you gotta watch this movie, it's about us, it's Hiroshima Mon Amour, and honestly, to this day, I've never watched that movie. But it was a good time. It's been like some years now, and we lost touch. But in the age of social media, how can you lose touch with somebody? But I did, and I looked her up, tried to find her, and I found that she like did everything she wanted to do, the art stuff. But I also found that she had died. It was melanoma. It's too young, you know. So this is for her. This is for Brenda. The rise and fall of life's sweet breath reprimands mind's errant thought. That twists the truth that love is not the only thing we feel in death. The coldest wind that ever blew, the hottest sun that ever shone, cannot hide the lilting lift of love's sweet breeze and glimmering gift. The darkest mind and thought and fear cannot live beyond the white lit light. When life must end and thought must die, the light suspends you lovingly here. So, what is there to want beyond the memory of your face? To want the morning sun to simply look upon my cheek. To want the afternoon sonata to slowly dip and peak. To want the evening's blue to step to lightly starred. To want the coolest breeze that tumbles in the yard. To want the peaches and sugar in my alabaster bowl. To want the unfolding words become a story to be told. To want the downy pillow to settle underneath. To want my dreams to carry me so deep.